Okay, let's get it rolling, everybody. Start working your way up through the gears. Hopefully you guys at least got to fourth gear, and we're going to do that downshift to third gear as we're slowing. Look to the left here, Dan. Now find the inside of the corner, straddle this curb at turn 10, get those tires all the way up over that rumble strip. Get up to fourth gear. Really smooth and light. When you slow brake release there, it's just a smooth weight transfer, smooth transition back over to the throttle. Adding that steering input. The first half of the corner, guys, this is the tough stuff. The first half of the corner, we got to keep feeding in that wheel. We're gradually slowing down. We're gradually getting sharper and sharper with the wheel input. Do the downshift to third gear here. Make the upshift to fourth gear. And then again, gradually adding more and more steering input to touch the curb. By the time we get to the cone, we want to be right on that apex curbing. And again, we're just got traffic, so we're just going to pull over to the right here and let this stuff clear out. Yeah, so break it down. The first half of the corner, when you guys get to that turn-in cone, you don't just turn your wheel and hold it. You gradually turn it sharper and sharper, and you only have till the apex cone to do that. So you've got to keep that wheel motion going in, and it happens fairly quickly. Obviously, the long sweeper corners, 1 and 2 and 8, those take a little bit longer time, but if you're approaching the sharper corners, obviously the steering input's going to happen a lot quicker. Okay, let's get it rolling, guys. Bringing the car all the way into the right, looking to the left, get that turn in. You go, inch away from that apex, you're close, just gotta give it a touch more. Somebody was holding really high RPM through the corners. Make sure you're not down too low of a gear. Everybody, you should be in fourth gear for these corners. Touch the curb here. Get right up on top of that stuff. You still got some more space to go there, Dan. And it's just slow enough that you're in control. I'm going to be in absolute control. Touch the curb, touch the curb. Look to the right. Don't look at the outside of the corner. Look at the inside of the corner. And, just pretend like the cone is your mailbox. Get close enough to it that you can just reach right up and touch it. cars coming by.
I'm ready.
Let's go. Alright, so now I'm off the brake, I'm on the throttle. About 20% throttle here. Watch what happens. I come off the throttle. You feel how the car comes in tighter into the corner? So what you're doing with your feet on the pedal is pretty important. Watch again. I come into the corner, I open up the gas. See how it's pushing me a little bit wider? Watch this. I come off the throttle, car comes in tighter. That's not me changing the steering angle, that's just me coming on and off the gas. What you do with your feet on the pedals is just as important as what you do with your hands on the steering wheel. Leave it in 4th gear here for turn 3. Ease the pressure as you turn. Nice smooth acceleration coming out of the corner. Use all the real estate out here. Get all over this curbing at the chicane, away from the white cone, get closer to the orange cone as we approach turn 4. Light brakes here. Now patience, patience, get it to rotate. Now watch this. All throttle coming up the hill. Look at my steering angle. Not a lot of adjustments with your steering. Once you set your steering, you just keep that same steering angle, brings you right where you need to be. Nice and tidy here, straight to that cone. Down to 3rd gear. A little more brake, a little more steering on the curb. If you've done it right, you'll touch this curb as you exit the corner and accelerate down the hill. 4th gear. No brakes, just turn the wheel. As we slow down for 6, get all the way over. Keep your foot covering the brake, going down to 3rd gear for turn 7. Eyes to the right. Patience, rotate, get it pointed, feed it in. We're going to move over. We're going to let him by. Then we're going to tuck in. Here we go. 5th gear on the back straightaway. Start your braking, down to 4th. Right down to that white and pink cone. That's your near apex. Out to the center. Down to 3rd gear before you make the left here for turn 9. Look left, stay left. All the way to that turn-in point. Put this curb in between your front tires here. Nice smooth acceleration. Up to 4th gear. Start your braking nice and early. Ride the brake. Ease that brake. I'm off, just rolling. Now I'm starting to feed the throttle in. Off the power, gets me to my apex, right back to it. So it's just a quick lift. It's not like I'm lifting and staying off of it for 5, 6, 7 seconds. It's just off, right back on. That's all it is. It's just to adjust that line, but also maintain my momentum. Into our braking zone, nice firm brake. Notice the wide initial approach. And then we cut down to our apex right at the curb there. We cut down to the curb right at that apex cone. So you don't want to ride that curb the whole way through the corner because it just prevents you from getting on the power soon enough. Keep the brakes on here. Patience, let it rotate, get to your apex. Now feed the throttle in. Let it push you right. Same steering angle brings us right back where we need to be for our turn-in point for 5A. Ride the brakes up the hill, keep it tighty here. Tight to both these cones, straight to that turn-in cone. Down to 3rd. On the curb here, back on the power. Touch the curb on the left, up to 4th. Stay right. As we slow down for 6, all the way over, off the brake, back on the brake, down to 3rd, looking right for 7. Patience now, let it rotate, get it pointed, back on the power. 4th gear. 5th gear. And we'll be exiting here. What'd you think?
That's great.
So you see, good.
Yeah, just seeing, again, where to initiate the braking, how long to hold it.
Sure.
But then the shift points.
Absolutely. And you notice that even though we're moving along at a pretty good pace here, it's not like I'm in here juggling chainsaws.
Stuck in behind that white 95. Let's continue on, gentlemen. Everybody to 4th gear. Brake in, keep that front end nice and balanced here. Looking to the right. Keep slowing it down here, Dan, all the way down to 3rd gear before we make the left. Keep that light brake to help the car change direction. Good, nice smooth acceleration out to the front, guys. 4th gear. Ride that brake into turn 1. Play with that throttle steer here, guys. Turn 1 and 2 is a great place to experiment with this.
out to the center, back to the right, keep slowing it down to third gear, looking left, staying left for turn 9. Put that curb in turn 10 right between those front tires, gentlemen. Up to fourth gear on the front straightaway here. Light brakes going into 1, keep it nice and balanced. Straight down to the near apex stand. Shut your left side window. Reel it in right up to your driver's side door. Accelerate out, nice job. Back over into our braking system on the left. Good, firm brake. Ease that brake pressure as you turn all the way down to that cone. Good, Dan, good. Get on that power. Nice job, nice job. All over the chicane curving here, ride that brake. Away from the white side or to the orange. More light brakes coming into 4. Patience, guys. Let it rotate. Get it pointed up that hill before you feed that power in. Right there, Dan. Good. Looking ahead for that turn-in point for 5-8. Keep that light brake pressure as you go up the hill here. Down to third gear as we crest the hill. A little more brake, a little more steering on that curve at 5B there, Dan. Good. Touch the curve on the left as you unwind and accelerate. Fourth gear. Those turn-in points, not turning in early. Down to third gear for turn 9, guys. Looking left, staying left. Put that curb in turn 10 right between those front tires. Great job, Dan. Great job there, Tom. We're going to begin our cool down lap, gentlemen. Everybody upshift to 5th gear. We're going to run a 5th gear for the entire duration of this lap, gentlemen. We're going to be running at a slightly reduced pace. What I want you guys to focus on is your driving line. Obviously, we're cooling the cars off, getting some air flowing through those radiators, but the main thing I want you to focus on is the accuracy of your driving line and your momentum. Because I'm forcing you to stay in 5th gear and we're not relying on horsepower and torque to get us off the corners, we'll have to rely on our momentum. So let's try to keep our mid-corner speed as high as we can while still keeping that car balanced and still hitting all of our marks out here. This is a fun little exercise that helps you guys pick up a little bit more speed around the center of the corner where it's most important. Especially in those tighter corners when you're in 5th gear. Don't worry about it. Keep working that momentum through the center of the corner. Light touch of brakes. Ease that brake off. Outstanding job here, gentlemen. All 3 of you look pretty darn good out there. Well done. We're going to be exiting the track at the conclusion of this lap. Put your right turn signals on for me. Jerry, you're going to let 3 cars go by. They're all going to be white. You're going to tuck in behind the one that's numbered 115. Okay, guys, let's open them up to 4th gear again. Just the light touch of brakes here to keep that front end balanced as we work our way into turn 8. Keep looking right, keep slowing it down, all the way down to 3rd gear before you make the left for turn 9 here. A little touch of brakes to help change directions back to the right, eyes up here. Good, Dan, good. Dan, way to stay right there with me. A little bit wide on your exit, just a little bit early getting on that power. Ride that brake in one here. Out to the center. Get a little closer to that near apex there, Dan, as we enter turn 2. Reel this apex right up to your door. Over to the left into our braking zone. Leave it in 4th gear for turn 3 here. Make sure you get that car slowed down. Ease that brake pressure as you turn. Good, good, good. Get on that power. Keep that brake applied through the chicane. Get all over that curve. More light brakes entering turn 4 here. Patience. Get it to rotate. Get it pointed up that hill. Right about there. Feed it in. Down to 3rd here, Dan. A little more brake and steering on that curb at 5B. Open it up. Touch that curb on the left. Up to 4th. Stay right through the kink. As we slow down to 6, look left, stay left. Down to 3rd gear, eyes to the right. Heads up here, Dan. We're going to back our pace down and gather up the group here. Stay right behind me. Okay, here we go. Let's open it up. 5th gear. Back down to 4th gear, ride that brake into turn 8, guys. Jerry, you should already be in 4th. Down to 3rd gear before you make the left here for turn 9. Look left, stay left. Keep that brake applied, put the curb in turn 10, right between those front tires, gentlemen. Much better that time, Dan. Perfect. 4th gear. Ride that brake in 1, right down to that white cone. Out to the center, open up that throttle just a bit. Ease the throttle back to get to your apex. Using that throttle steer here, straight down to that near apex for 2. Get a little closer to the white cone here. That's a great entrance there. Look out your left side window now. Open it up. Whoa, whoa, a little bit wide there, bud. A little bit wide. No worries. Shake it off, shake it off. So that was a result of simply getting a little bit too much throttle applied, pushing a little bit too wide, and getting out kind of in that dust and marble zone, which I was talking about earlier. So that's basically a case in point, what I was talking about at the beginning of the session. But no worries, good save there, Dan. Now let's keep soldiering on, looking good. Keep that turn in point, keep that light brake applied here as we go up the hill for 5A. Down to 3rd gear, a little more brake and steering on that curb at 5B. Touch the curb on the left, up to 4th. Stay right through the kink. As you slow down for turn 6, look left, stay left, all the way over, keep your foot covering that brake. Down to 3rd gear, eyes to the right. Heads up here, Dan, we're going to back our pace down and do another driver rotation. Great job. Head over to the right side of the road. Well done there, Dan. Good save coming out of